beat the Liberty.
Really? They won last year, though. They won 2 years in a row. You want them to win again? I guess that makes sense since you're a freaking Warriors fan. But we get into that. All right. I'm going to sit my tail down. It looks to me like they can see both of us. I see both of us, so we should be good. All right. All right, so I know we kind of discussed the name for the podcast already, but I don't know that's going to actually be the name of the podcast. We'll see. So as of right now, this is episode 1 of a podcast that we don't really have a name for. Anyways, I'm Joe Too Real.
I'm Chaz Nasty.
And this is a podcast. Maybe that's the name. Just this is a podcast. We talked about a few different names. It was W Podcast. Then there was Real Talk with Joe and Chaz. I like that one kind of because obviously Joe Too Real. Or Face to Face, but I feel like if we were gonna do Face to Face, we would turn the chairs the other way and just stare. But I think this is cool. We popped up a WNBA game and we're watching that as well. Actually, we're watching a commercial right now, but we're trying to make it just seem like a normal conversation while we're just doing whatever. So that's what the conversation was as the episode started.
So okay, what do you think? Like, who do you think is going to end up winning the finals?
Well, for WNBA?
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be the Aces this year because that's what we were obviously just talking about. You want the Aces to win?
Either the Aces or Liberty. But I don't. Well, from what I know, I don't think the Liberty even won anything.
So, I'm a little bit of a casual, so you have to tell me who are the other two teams. Because these two
One's Connecticut and the other
Oh,
one...
that's right, Connecticut Sun. They beat Caitlin Clark.
Connecticut and... the Minnesota.
Oh, the Lynx, yeah. The crazy thing is I couldn't name... Well, I can obviously say Nafisha Collier, but if I'm going to be honest with you, if Nafisha Collier walked in this house right now, I'd be like, I don't know who that is. Would you?
Not.
That's not even, like, that's just us being a casual. Like, obviously, obviously I know that she's good, and it's just my fault that I haven't paid any attention to it. It's not her fault. Obviously, she's doing her job. Look, the thing with the Aces, right? They've won 2 in a row, I believe.
True.
And I think as a pro sports team, you win 2 in a row, you kind of just like, well, we don't really have to try anymore. We can just do this. So I feel like the Aces haven't really cared so much. Because they knew they didn't have to give 100% effort and they would still make the playoffs. And then once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. So, but I think that's the point, right? Anything can happen. You can lose. Think about Denver last year. They won the chip in 23, and then they didn't they play the Lakers in the first round? Just ran through them like it was nothing. And then they came up against Minnesota, and Minnesota was like, yeah, we won it. So.
Well, speaking of, since we're talking about NBA,
Yeah.
who do you think would be like good this coming up season?
Ooh.
Like out of all the teams and the trades and the.
Ooh. Courtney? Courtney like that? Watch that not be Courtney. Oh no, I don't think that was Courtney. Oh no, that was 100% Courtney. There's Kelsey. Show the face so I can know for sure that that's Courtney. Courtney Vandersloot. Oh, yep, nope, it wasn't Courtney. All right, well, Casual me. One thing I'm not casual at is NBA though, so.
Well, back to what I was saying is,
So yeah, let's get into that though, because I actually have a segment for us to blind rank.
wow, look at that. There's Jason Kidd on the TV. Very surprising to see him there.
Jason Kidd? The alcoholic?
He's up here somewhere. It was just shown on TV.
Really?
Yes.
Jason Kidd. He's there at the game?
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
As surprised as I am, but.
Okay. Well, anyways, to get to your point about who's going to be good in the NBA.
With all the trades and.
I was going to say we blind rank some NBA teams.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you know how blind ranking works? You're going to have 5 spots.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
But you're only going to get one team at a time, and you won't know who's coming next.
Oh, I've seen this before.
So you'll just kind of have to rank. Alright, so let's go. I'll let you go first here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Mavericks.
Have they had any trades since then?
Oh, there's Courtney. Yes. Awesome. Oh, Brianna Stewart's in. Dallas, well, since they got Klay Thompson.
Okay, well, I knew that, but is there any more besides that?
Ooh, Kelsey kind of nasty. Hold on. She's stealing my moves.
That's what happens in each game that we watch. They end up stealing his move.
Yo, Courtney's stealing my moves too, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, we cannot stay on topic.
We can't. We're just paying attention to the game.
But I think this is cool, though. I think this is more realistic. It's like we're not trying to force nothing for the camera here. We're kind of just
but,
able to have a discussion here. So
Mavericks.
Yes, they got Klay. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. They got Najee Marshall, although I don't think you know who that is.
No clue who that is. I should know, but I don't know.
See, by the time we get like 50 to 100 episodes in the podcast, you're gonna know as much as I do.
Probably not. 1 through 5.
So Dallas, they got Najee. They got rid of Josh Green, and they added Quentin Grimes, and you don't know either of them. So
1 through 5. I'll have to put about 3. 3 or 4, but we'll just go with 3.
3. The team that made the finals last year and got better, she put at 3. Lakers.
Here's the thing.
Don't forget, bro. They got literally the best NBA seed ever, bro.
Don't judge me here, but to me, I don't really like LeBron James. I personally,
which LeBron James? There's 2 LeBron James now.
The adult one.
But they're both adults.
The King James. There we go.
Not the Prince. Shout out Bronny, man.
I haven't seen Bronny play.
They're gonna play tonight.
I haven't seen Bronny play.
They actually play in like 10 minutes. So when this goes to halftime, I'm probably changing this low key.
To me, I feel like he was better on the Cavs than the Lakers. Just my opinion.
Which time? He was on the Cavs twice. You don't know nothing about the first time he was on the Cavs, though.
No.
She's too young, bro.
All I really know is the second time.
Actually, I'm legitimately almost too young. I didn't even watch basketball until LeBron went to the Heat.
The second time he went there.
My first ever NBA game that I ever watched was the 2010 NBA Finals. Kobe and the Lakers versus Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Boston Celtics. Man, what a time, bro. I miss those days, man.
I would have to put Lakers at 4.
Oh, so you have the Mavericks over the Lakers. I'm just saying. I'm asking you to clarify. Because I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm making sure that you know that's what you're doing.
Okay.
So you have Mavericks.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna save you. Mavericks should be over the Lakers. So yes, that's fine. Lakers at 4.
Yeah, we'll keep it that way.
Whoa.
Okay.
Denver Nuggets. This one should be pretty easy. You can You can justify this.
They did win a championship, but that don't mean
That
anything.
doesn't mean anything going this year. They lost last year to the Timberwolves. They didn't add anybody really. They added Russell Westbrook, but that's a bench player. They lost a starter, KCP. So, but they've got freaking Nikola Jokic. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to beat.
But would I put him over the Mavericks though?
If you don't, you're putting them dead last. If you don't put them over the Mavericks, you put them under the Lakers.
Well, the Nuggets are better than the Lakers, in my opinion.
Obviously.
My opinion. Let's go with 2.
So you have to go. Well, you could go 1, but yeah, 2. If you were asking me, yeah. Well, if you were asking me, I wouldn't put the Mavericks at 3. But we'll get to that.
But it's my opinion, though.
Yeah, it's your opinion. Well, again, it's a blind opinion.
Sure.
But I think you didn't realize how low 3 is on 1 to 5 scale. 3 is like mid. Orlando Magic. You can't really go 1.
5.
So you have to go 5. And you could probably make an argument that the Lakers are probably better than the Magic.
That's true.
At least for the top end, right? LeBron, Anthony Davis. But that boy Banchero is coming, boy. That's my dog. Shout out Paulo Banchero.
Does Kyrie Irving?
Oh my God, it's 2 dudes, 3 dudes. Wait, no, that's not Grant Hill. That's just some old guy that looks like him. Shout out G Hill.
There's Jason Kidd.
Oh my God, there's Luka. Oh my God, Jason Kidd doesn't have an alcoholic beverage in his hand. Hey, shout out Jason Kidd, bro. Jason Kidd has one of the craziest moments in NBA history when he was a coach for the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA. I think it was the playoffs. I could be wrong. He didn't have any timeouts, so he needed to find a way to get a timeout. Mm-hmm. He had a beverage in his hand, probably alcoholic, maybe not. You would hope not. Possibly alcoholic. Probably not, considering he's coaching an NBA team. But you never know with Jason Kidd. He had a beverage in his hand, and as one of his players was coming out, he said, "Hit me." And the player kind of bumped into him, and he spilled the drink on purpose so that they would get time. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they they didn't win a championship, but still a cool moment. But it was blatant. Yeah, he got caught for that. That was crazy. But head coach of the Nets, I don't know if you know this, he coached the Bucks when Giannis was a youngin', when he was not quite the Greek freak. And then he coached, he was assistant coach for the Lakers, I believe, when they won their championship. So, and obviously coaches Dallas now. But yeah, Banchero's my homie, bruh.
He is from Duke, though.
And I saw him play. The one time I ever went to a Duke game, the first time I ever got blessed with a chance to go to a Duke game, was Coach K's final year, which was Banchero's freshman year, and of course, I got to sit in the Cameron Crazy section, which was absolutely insane. Which I said sit, but there was no sitting. You do not sit in that section, bro. You stand up the entire time, bro. That was a workout, bro. I felt like I was on the court playing, bro. I was like, my legs were killing me, bro. But that was that was insane. So shout out Banchero, shout out Duke, shout out Coach K.
Okay, sorry. I'm off track here.
We really are.
What's the number?
I'm not editing any of this, by the way. This is going straight up. Well, it won't go straight up because there's a segment that I have that we actually can't do yet because we'll get to it in a second. Well, probably not in a second, in a half hour.
It won't take that long. But
it probably will.
What's the last team?
So obviously, also Banchero, if for some reason you happen across this, we have a series that again we're going to get into later called Undead Apocalypse that we would love for you to be a part of one day. So
But we'll get to that point
But we'll
when we
speak
get
on
through
that.
this part. And then what's the last team?
So the last.
Nope, we're not doing that team again.
2 Orlando Magics is crazy. Oh, OKC. So you put them at 1. You have to. Honestly, that's not a bad list. OKC at 1, Denver at 2, Dallas at 3, Lakers at 4, Orlando Magic at 5. That's justifiable. There's an argument to be made that is a perfect list. Out of those 5 teams, that's fine. And the crazy thing is that all 5 of those teams should be NBA playoff teams. I would like to argue that Orlando will probably finish with a better record than the Lakers just because they're in the Eastern Conference, and I think Orlando's going to be better than they were last year, whereas the Lakers, we'll see, in a very, very tough Western Conference this year. LeBron will be 40 in like 2 months.
That's true.
So, honestly, as much I got so much respect for LeBron. He's probably in my opinion, the greatest of all time. I will also say that I never watched Jordan because, like I just said, I just watched in 2010. I grew up knowing the name LeBron James without ever watching basketball, and I also knew the name Kobe. And I also knew Yao Ming. But I knew LeBron, and for me it was always like LeBron, just hearing it was the greatest player, and then Kobe was like a name underneath him. And then when I started watching basketball, I was like, well, that's not true. Kobe, at the time that I watched it, felt like the better player. But I started watching when Kobe was starting to come into his later years, and LeBron was getting in his prime. And then obviously ever since then, LeBron's been nasty.
All right.
But
so since we're on that topic,
but I would just say that this year and going forward, it feels like LeBron probably needs to take a step back from like just going ham, and it would be nice if he could just, I don't want to say be a role player because he's LeBron James, he'll never be a role player, but it would be nice if he could just play a role versus like being the main guy on the team. But that would mean Anthony Davis would have to.
Since we're on that topic, give me a top 5 of the best players
Of all time? I can't. Jordan, Kobe, Bron. It's hard, right? Because they're so similar in so many ways, all 3 of them. And it's hard to have those guys. I mean, look, Wilt, in my opinion, is up there. Man, Kareem should be in there. Shaq's nasty as like far as like what he did on a basketball court. Considering everybody knew man can't shoot the ball.
Oh, that's true.
Man, top 5 though. Kareem and Wilt have to be there.
Okay. Whatever.
I can't. I'm not gonna say who's 1, who's 2. I'm just gonna say those are the 5. So
Okay.
Kareem, Wilt, and you could probably, again, it's between Kareem, Wilt, and Shaq as far as big men, and I'm just gonna give the nod to Kareem and Wilt. I wish we had more footage of Wilt. That's the only thing that's like making me say number 1. Otherwise, he would be immediately number 1. We just don't have enough footage. So Kareem, Wilt, and then you got forward/guards. Obviously, LeBron has to be in there, right? LeBron has to be.
Okay.
Jordan, he has to be.
Okay.
Now, this is where it gets tricky, right? Kobe, to me, it's between this. Look, Kobe, right? What about Magic? What about Bird? What about Curry? Think about Curry as like point guard. We don't have no point guard on this list. You would say Magic or Curry. Think about what Jordan did for the game, and now think about what Curry has done. The game has literally changed because of Steph Curry. Allen Iverson's another one that could be in there top. I don't know, but as far as influential, wow, it's insane. And there's so many more players that I'm gonna look back and be like, why didn't I say that? But there's an insane amount of
Okay.
from the history of the game. It's just too many to name, really.
Okay, so would you like to do your blind thing, or you just want to move
Yeah.
into a different topic?
So let's go ahead and let me have my version here. And the thing is, like, I'm gonna overthink this so bad.
Pacers.
Oh my God! See, the thing is, I'm higher on the Pacers than a lot of people are this year. A lot of people have them like under maybe 5th or 6th in the conference. But I'm like, bro, they just made the conference finals. Oh, well, they played Milwaukee, who was hurt. They played New York, who was hurt. Brother, the Pacers were hurt too. Everybody seems to forget Benedict Mathurin exists. Like, bro was actually nasty. Like, to be fair, he didn't have the greatest year last year. But, like, that's a health. If he's healthy, that's another athletic young body. Like, pause. But, and I think he could have a step this year. They drafted well. They kept Obi Toppin. They got some big man depth now. But I'll say 3 just to be safe, because there's definitely better teams. But
Spurs.
Obviously they're 4 or 5. Very easily could be 5, just because look, they've got Victor Wembanyama. They got him a point guard, but the point guard's going to be 40. But a great guy to learn from, Chris Paul is probably my favorite player of all time, if I'm being non-biased. I mean, man, I loved Chris Paul. I used to watch Chris Paul. That's who I started playing for, was Chris Paul.
Okay.
And then it went to Steph Curry and James Harden, Kawhi, and all that stuff. But I just think they're still really young. And Victor cannot carry. Oh man, he could. But the conference that they're in is just so disgusting. Like, they're not going to be in the playoffs. So we're gonna go 5. We're gonna go 5 with the Spurs, man.
The Sacramento Kings.
Okay. Whew. So do I go right above the Pacers, or do I go below the Pacers? The Kings. Obviously, they got Demo.
Or do you think they're...
D. Fox. Kevin Herter. Malik Monk. Keegan Murray. I think he could have a good year this year. Drafted Devin Carter. Again, really, really tough Western Conference. And it's so hard for me right now, not only to rank the Western Conference, but to rank California. Sacramento, Golden State, Lakers, Clippers, to me, are all right there together. And it could be the craziest thing where they could finish like right together. There's a scenario in play here where all 4 of the play-in teams in the West are California teams. That could be insane. I'm gonna put them at 4.
Okay.
So I need some 2 really nasty teams right here.
Lakers.
Would I have it 3 Pacers? Yeah, it's cooked. Yeah, it's cooked. Okay. They got my boy Cam Reddish. Shout out, Duke. I still remember the shot he hit against Florida State. That's my dog.
I think you got is 1 and 2, so that's
Hey, you know what? Bronny James is gonna have he's gonna have a nasty moment at some point this season. He's gonna have a nasty moment. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. He could have a nasty. He's just gonna have a nasty moment. So we're gonna look back on this when that happens. So I can't put them at 1. So I have to put them at 2.
Okay, your final team.
It's gonna be like Pistons or something.
The Timberwolves.
Okay, Now, I would have been a lot more confident in them at one. Well, they're one compared to everybody else. But I'd have a lot more confidence in saying one in general if they didn't just trade Karl Anthony Towns. Now that they've traded Karl Anthony Towns, it just feels weird to me how they have Gobert and Randall. So I'd probably rank OKC above them in terms of like in the West. But for that list, one. But I would probably put OKC above Minnesota as far as what I expect from them this year.
Okay.
Just because of that. I mean, it's hard to make a trade a week before training camp and then just you go to the Western Conference Finals one year and then you make a trade like that, which is okay. Bro, geek it, bro.
So since we were on the topic of draft, what did you think about this year's draft?
Snooze fest. I was really hoping to hear my name called. I think I could legitimately, and everybody in the comments, please feel free to say I'm delusional. That's perfectly fine. But I genuinely feel like I could drop some of them dudes off. And I think I could too.
Here's the thing. If you've seen...
I'm actually nasty. It's like if I played basketball every day, I'd be okay. But the fact is, I could drop a basketball for like an entire year, pick it back up, and be nastier than I was a year ago with it. It's insane. Like, I'm the exact opposite. Everybody has to train to become good at something. I'm the exact opposite. I have to stop doing it to get better, if that makes any sense.
Well, have you seen...
But I've put the 10,000 hours in. They say you have to put 10,000 hours into something to become like professional at it or a master or whatever. Genuinely, I know that I've played basketball for 10,000 hours in my life. So yeah.
Well, if y'all viewers that see this, if y'all seen backyard basketball, y'all would actually know.
No, you wouldn't, because that's not real basketball. That's me screwing around.
That's true.
That's not even me trying. Like, Nas, Reed, and Gobert is weird, man. It's weird. It's weird to me. It can work. It can work, but it's just weird. Julius Randle? Is that? I mean, like, that could work, but that would mean that you would have to put Julius Randle off the bench, like, in real life. Bro, Jackson Hayes, dog.
Well, since we're on the topic...
Bro, how many times are you going to say that in this video?
If that was...
Replay every single time she said, since we're on this topic. It's a 10-minute video.
Isn't that one of the topics on there?
What, since we're on this topic?
Oh, sorry.
No, actually, so we're going to continue what we were doing, but we're going to do it with players now.
Players, okay.
So we're going to, I'm going to start with this. So 1 through 5.
Okay.
I'm going to give you Anthony Edwards.
Ugh.
That's tough.
It's very...
Very tough.
If I had to really respectfully choose...
1 through 5. You don't know the other 4 players. That's the hard part here.
I would possibly choose 2 or 3.
Okay. So which one?
I would say 3.
3, okay.
I would go 2, but I hate to go 2.
Jimmy Butler.
Respectively. Yeah, respectfully, I'd say 5.
Okay.
Respectfully.
You hear that, Jimmy? You ain't shit, dog.
Respectfully.
Nah, I don't want no smoke with Jimmy, bro. I don't want no smoke with Jimmy, bro.
Just respectfully.
Jimmy's the type of motherfucker that, like I was just saying, like, just does not care, and then until he does care, and then once he cares, it's like, nah, dude. Kuzma. Hey, bro, she said Kuzma's better than Jimmy Butler, gang. Kuz! I was so high on Kuzma out of the draft. I couldn't believe 27, bro. And then he went to the Lakers and was nastier than Lonzo on the Lakers.
Here's the thing.
That's my dog right there.
When you were on the Wizards...
He's on the Wizards.
But when
He's still on.
When he's on the Wizards... my opinion, I feel like he did better on the Lakers than the Wizards.
Well, that's because you probably haven't watched a
Well,
Wizards
that's
game.
true, but
We watched. Were you not with us when we went?
We
Shout
were.
out Kuzma. We were at the Wizards game with the. We got the Kyle Kuzma hat. Shout out Kyle Kuzma, dog. I'm not even in the frame anymore, probably. But shout out Kyle Kuzma. I'm getting the drink real quick. So it has to be 4.
Yes, Ben. Yes.
Because you not. If you put him over Anthony Edwards, the video ends here.
Here's the thing. I would not put him over Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you
I
couldn't,
wouldn't.
bro. You cannot justify that.
I wouldn't.
All right. So that's 3 players, right?
Oh,
All right, Trae Young. Well, he has to go. You went. Did you go 2 or 3 with Ant?
I went 3 with Ant.
Oh, you should have done that. All right, so Trae has to go 1 or 2.
I guess I have to go with 2. I mean.
All right, so let's find out who your number 1 player is.
Oh my God, I'm so.
Okay, LeBron.
I have to say 1. I mean.
Yeah.
Even though it's not playing tonight, but
It's preseason. Nobody cares.
why not? But
Yeah. Not bad.
I would say he's. Well, my opinion, he's a good player.
He's the best one on that list.
Yeah, just the.
It should be LeBron, Ant, Trae, Jimmy, and Kuzma.
Okay, that was your turn, Mister. All right.
So
I just
you're-
picked any player in the team.
Pick the best player of every team. We're not doing no freaking bench. Oh yeah, rank Cornelius Fudge the 7th. Shout out Harry Potter. Reeves.
Okay, let me see. Who the hell is on the Jazz?
Reed. Jazz? Bro, what are you doing? Bro, she's Googling Utah Jazz because she has no idea who's on that team. It's
All right,
Lowry
let's do
Markkanen.
Lowry Markkanen, yeah.
Yeah, it's Lowry. Again, he's like Kuzma level. He's a little bit better than Kuzma, I would assume. What are you laughing about? I would go 4. No, I'm going 5. I'm going 5.
Okay, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's go with John Morant.
We'll go 3.
Okay. Okay, we got Pacers. Halliburton.
Whoa, is he better than Ja? I want to ask you that right now, personally. Is Ja better than Tyrese Halliburton? Oh my God, that's tough. Jeez.
To me, it's debatable.
Of course it's debatable. I just freaking asked. All right, brother, we're not kissing on the court, man.
My opinion, and this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like Halliburton's better than Ja.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree.
That's my opinion.
I'm gonna disagree, and I'm gonna put Halliburton at 4.
Well, they're both good players, and that's what's. I mean.
Yes. There's no denying they're both great players. I'm gonna disagree, and I'm gonna put Ja. Ja's at 3, Halliburton going at 4.
We got Kevin Lear. Let's go Diamond.
Donovan Mitchell has to go 2 then. Oh wait, hold on, wait. No, he doesn't. He could go 1. Because I could get freaking like Charlotte Hornets. I'm gonna put Mitchell at 2. I'm fine with him being above Ja. I'm fine with him being above. Bro's playing ice skating.
Okay.
Where are these guys playing at? This is not like an NBA team sport. I'm perfectly fine with Mitchell at 2, and he probably could go at 1, but I'm just gonna hope that we get a nasty pick here. So.
Okay.
But
Alright,
I'm
we
fine.
got Warriors.
I'm perfectly. Oh, Curry, yeah.
Curry.
Perfect list. Curry 1, Mitchell 2, John 3, Halliburton 4, Lowry 5. I'm perfectly fine with that. There's no debate. Lowry's 5, and if we're being honest, Lowry at 5 is disgusting because Lowry's an all-star. Look, 4, 3, and 2, and most people are gonna have that as a toss-up between. It must be nice. It must be real nice. Halliburton, Mitchell, Morant, in any order, realistically. But for me, I'm perfectly fine with the order that I placed them in.
Okay. Oh, there's one of our characters.
Yo. I ain't gonna lie. She cute.
Well, I can't say anything, but.
That's a bar. She's like, I can't say nothing. Fair enough. I mean, you can fist bump if you. I mean, not if you agree, but like if. If you agree with me thinking that's true. But nah.
Oh, there's Bronny.
Why is he not playing, bro? He's the best player on the team, bro. People pay good money to come see him play, and he's sitting on a bench with a freaking hoodie on, bro. A hoodie on in October is sick work, bro. Especially if you're from LA. I know it does not get cold in LA, bro. Honestly, here come the people from LA. It gets cold, bro. Like 70 degrees is freaking freezing. Yeah, I'm glad with the list that I made. All right, bro. You are in October. You are not in freaking January. That's a play you make in January. Bro, Jackson Hayes. Yeah, these guys are in October, bro.
All right. What's next?
All right, so now we're switching sports here. We're going MLB. Now I know you really don't know much about MLB.
I don't know very
And if
much.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about MLB either. I just started watching like a month and a half ago, and I was nasty in baseball as a kid, so obviously I think I could legitimately play in the MLB right now if I wanted to. So if anybody MLB scouts are watching, sign me up, brother. We're gonna discuss the MLB playoffs. So right now,
I don't really know the playoffs very well.
you're not gonna know the playoffs or the players probably, but I'm gonna discuss it and act like I know what I'm talking about in the comments.
Well, there's one team I
Comments
know
can
some
roast me when I
players
don't.
on.
Obviously, I have a favorite team.
I know who that is.
And it's impossible for me to be non-biased because I don't really know all the other teams that well. But we'll start with other teams first. Let's go to the AL American League Division Series. There's two. There is, I'm going to be honest, I don't know baseball. Again, disclaimer, MLB players, coaches, fans watching this, I don't know what I'm talking about. But this series, sorry, she's mesmerized me, bro. They just keep playing it over and over, and they know I'm going to start stuttering over my words, bro. But the MLB playoffs start tomorrow. I genuinely believe this is the most mid of a playoff series you could possibly have. It sounds like a mid-off. Mm-hmm. It's Cleveland versus Detroit. Bro, why can't she just pop up at the door right now, bro? That would make this podcast actually insane. No, instead this would pop up at the door. Which would also make the podcast insane.
Let's get back to this topic.
We're never going to finish this.
But,
so Detroit Tigers versus Cleveland Guardians. Now for backup information for you. Detroit, at the trade deadline, which was July? end of July maybe. They were sellers, which meant that they were selling, or I mean, not selling, but they were trading away pieces of a team that you would keep if you thought you were going to try to go for a championship. They would trade players away that you would normally keep for the postseason. So in their eyes, and I think this is correct, they had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. They made it. Then they had to go play Houston in Houston and beat them 2 out of 3 games, and they beat them in 2 games. They beat them twice in 2 games. Now, for reference, Houston has made the semifinals of the playoffs every single year since 2016.
Okay.
So Detroit low-key has aura right now. Detroit is low-key the Minnesota Timberwolves of last year.
Okay.
But I don't think that they have an Anthony Edwards type player on their team. If I'm going to be honest, I probably could not name you a single Detroit Tiger right now.
I don't know very much.
I want to say the guy's name is, he's like a center fielder. Oh, bro. It's crazy. I don't know his name. I'm so bad, bro. I don't know the bro's name, bro. Detroit Tigers. But they play the Cleveland Guardians. I can name you their best player, Jose Ramirez. He's nasty. He plays third base. He's, I believe, in the MVP conversations. So he's like one of them ones. He's an Anthony Edwards type of player.
Okay.
Level player.
Okay.
Speaking of Anthony, he's not playing, right?
No.
Well, Jose will be playing tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Cleveland does have home court, but it's home field advantage, which, if I'm going to be honest, doesn't seem like it means a whole lot in baseball. But, whatever.
I'm sure he's on the bench somewhere.
Yeah. What the hell is going on, dude?
Are they playing, ball here?
They have a guy, or I think they actually have 2 guys with the same last name, Naylor. I think they're probably brothers. Bo Naylor and Josh Naylor. Couldn't tell you which one's which. I think one's a catcher and one's a first baseman. I'm going to say Josh is the first baseman. Here come the comments. Dude, Bo. That's about all I know from either of those 2 teams. But it feels to me like Detroit's got aura, so I'm just going to pick them.
I don't know very much, but...
Now, I believe these are best of 5, so first team to win 3 games. Starts tomorrow, I believe. Detroit or Cleveland.
I guess I feel Detroit, I guess. I don't know.
She's going with the aura. Let's go. Man, shout out Mike Conley, man. Bro been hooping for forever, dog. Alright. Then we're going to the other ALDS, the Kansas City Royals against the New York Yankees. Now, I don't, again, and I will repeat this a million times, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it feels to me, or it seems to me, like the Yankees are the LA Clippers of baseball, where, well, that's not true because the Yankees have probably won the most championships, so I'll retract that statement. But when it comes to the postseason, I've heard that the Yankees, as of lately, have not had very much success. Even though they're a team with aura. You think of baseball, Yankees is probably one